Hey witches, mystics, manifestors, and people who just like tarot. Welcome to my channel, or welcome back to my channel. I'm Ray Luna. For today's tarot reading, we're looking at what important messages are there from your future self. So for group number 1 here, we have Window and Obsidian. For group number 2, we have Pursuit and Chalcedony, or Chalcedony, however you say it. And for group number 3, we have Abandonment Carnelian. So take your time and choose what card and crystal is calling out to you the most, and when you're ready, head to the description or comment section to click on the correlating timestamp to receive your reading. As always, thank you for watching, and I hope you guys enjoy this reading. Hey group number 1, welcome to your reading. So you chose Obsidian, and the first card here is Window. And what I see here for messages from your future self that are important is with Window makes me think of a point of view, right? Because with this small box, you can only see a limited perspective. So your future self is wanting you to take time and reflect on your own perspective, take time to reflect on other people's perspectives, and understand how you came to where you are right now, or how somebody else has reached where they are at right now. There's something about having to view things and analyze that and understand that to make forward progress. I also see with Window, sometimes Window makes me think of a goodbye, like something being sad in some way. So you're looking out the window, pondering what's going on, how you're feeling about something, saying goodbye to someone, saying goodbye to an old way of life or doing things. So this window is representing that reflection and understanding of your situation. And I also see turning sadness or sorrow or something not good into something more positive, channeling that energy and making it into something else. So after Window, we have Fire. So Fire is using and connecting your own power. It makes me think of anger, right, as well, because fire can represent something that burns everything, something that destroys things. So this is turning your sadness and sorrow into anger, into action, into something more tangible. So after you come to this point of reflection, looking out your window, seeing things from your perspective and understanding that very thoroughly, you are being called to action to channel your anger into something bigger, into something more. Or this is also asking you, okay, you might not be able to control everything, but what can you control? And how you can improve things for yourself or other people by taking that action, by understanding how you do have power. Even if it's something very little, that very little thing you do can be a massive difference. This is also understanding your own power here, because right after Fire, we have the Power card, and it has this panther looking animal here. So that makes me think of someone who's very resilient, someone who stands up and fights against any type of resistance. So you guys are like the panther. That could be a guide or a spirit for you, a messenger for you. This animal, cats as well. It makes me think of understanding how, even if you're not technically the most powerful person in the room, you still have power, you still have a voice, you still can take action, you can still direct your energy to something productive, useful, influential. And there's a strong message from your future self not to forget that. Even if you're silent, even if you can't be loud, there is ways you can make moves. You can make a wave and make a change. And with the 6 of Pentacles here, that makes me think of having a connection with giving to people, helping out with community. So you guys could be connecting to people who are in your area or looking to make more connections. I think this is going to be something your future self is saying, you should do this. You should connect with people. You should talk to people. You should reach out to people. Even if you're feeling, alone or scared, reach out to people, join a club, join a social network or social event. Do something where you're connecting with people, because this is also going to help you utilize your power and make you feel safe, make you feel present, make you feel supported no matter what you are going through. I also feel like with Six of Pentacles, it makes me think of like appreciating little things here and there. So even if someone can't give you, let's say, $1 million, right, to completely change your life, maybe someone's just giving you a glass of water, and that kindness changes stuff for you. It changes your perspective to something more positive. So there could be something about appreciating a little gift or a little gesture of kindness from somebody else. That could be what is fueling you to be motivated to take action, or just feel more happy, feel more in a positive mindset or headspace. I feel like with judgment makes me think of looking at something, and once again with that window, that perspective, but also judgment makes me think of being kind to yourself. Try not to harshly judge yourself. Maybe you feel like, oh, I could have done more in the past to help people, or you could think, oh, I shouldn't have been overgiving in this way. This is saying not to harshly judge yourself because what you did or didn't do in the past. Reflect now and change things now. You can't change what you did in the past, but you can change what you did now in the present. You can change the future. There's a strong sense of your future self telling you not to be too sad, not to be worried. There's a strong focus here on feeling contentment, like feeling okay, feeling all right. So they're asking you, like, focus on what you are feeling is going to make you feel better. That's a big message in this reading. And judgment also could be like, maybe you're judging other people for how they acted as well. That could be factoring in how you're feeling. There's a big message of you looking at what you're doing, looking at what other people are doing. But this is saying, after you do that, don't get caught up on other people, yourself. Just do, because that's what's going to make you have the most progress. Judgment also could be like harsh criticism. This is saying it's not the time for harsh criticism right now. This is a time to be kind to yourself, be kind to other people. Obviously, don't do it in a way where it hurts you. Some of you will have to reflect on that, of course, as I said, but this is a message of coming together with people, coming together with your community, building a community. I also see with the Six of Cups, Six of Wands, and I'm just realizing now, there is 3 sixes here, so that could be an angel number for you. Okay, and with 666, I just looked up the meaning, the angel number meaning, not the biblical meaning. That could relate for some of you guys, though, if you're connected to religion in that way. I know not everyone watching is, so just take that as it resonates. But the angel number meaning is balancing and refocusing and making your negative emotions, try to find a way to channel that so it's not as hard, it's not as difficult. And that actually reflects a lot on what I'm saying in this reading. So that's really funny how that message came through with me looking that up as well. I think your future self wants you to know this so strongly because you could be worried right now. You could be scared. You could not be knowing what to do. You could be just reflecting and wondering where you want to take your life next, right? It could be a number of things or all those things. So this is just saying, try to stay ahead, try to balance your thoughts, your mind, and keep moving. Okay? Recognize how you are strong. I also want to tell you, with 6 of Cups, 6 of Wands, there is some sort of reminiscing. So maybe some of you guys are wanting to return to the past or something nostalgic, something that was a happier time. But this is saying that in order to have more happy times or to move forward happily, you have to understand how can you recreate that again? What can you do now to recreate that again? Revisit what made you happy in the past. Even if things aren't exactly the same, it's like maybe in the past you used to listen to a particular artist, right? You really like their songs and you haven't listened to them in maybe like 5 years, right? This is saying return to that past hobby or activity and enjoy it again. It's going to make you feel like, okay, it's giving me those old feelings again, but presently, but in the now. And that's going to make you feel more elevated, more on top of your game and feel like, okay, I have motivation, I have courage, I feel I have that motivation to do what I need to do, right? So that's something that is positive. It's like a strong sense of that feeling of not being super sad, not being overly enthusiastically happy, but a strong sense of I can handle anything. I'm a warrior, I'm a fighter, and I will be strong. I will get through anything. That's what this reading I feel here. And your future self really wants to encourage you. I think you're going to get better at balancing out your emotions here too with the King of Cups. The King of Cups is the master at handling their emotions, understanding their emotions. So this isn't suppressing what you feel. This is analyzing what you feel and not let it take control of your whole life, right? You can understand what you're feeling, but you're not going to let it make you give up because you feel so sad or put you in danger because you're so angry you do something crazy. This is finding the perfect balance of your emotions and taking action and doing something that is best for you. Okay, so I'm going to shuffle a couple more oracle cards and get closing out messages for you. Okay, so I have a really funny message coming through. You know, growing up watching cartoons, there's always like this scene where the character in the show or the movie's freaking out, panicking, and then another character like slaps them across the face or like throws water on them to like break them out of that panic. And that's like what your future self is telling you right now. They're like, hey, snap out of it, wake up. Your future self really wants you to get grounded and try to balance yourself out. That's going to be the best course of action for you. That's going to make you feel the best, do the best, look the best. And this is coming through like sincerely. This is saying you have to focus and hone your energy to hit that bullseye, hit that mark you want to reach so bad. I also see here as well, this is an axe throwing board. So I don't know if you guys have ever went axe throwing. That is something you can maybe do to channel anger. I also feel like it could be possible. Some of you guys could be wanting to do something that you're channeling energy, like a sport like axe throwing. This is something that could help you as well, like getting better at axe throwing. This could be archery, anything where there's like target practice, hunting. That's something that also could help you maybe feel more confident or safe in some way. I also see here as well with the snake. The snake is shedding of skin. Snakes molt and peel off the old and transform. So I think you guys are transforming to be able to handle more, to be more adaptable. And there's that message of, you know, protection from enemies. Don't be afraid to protect yourself. Don't be afraid to, you know, assert your boundaries or fight for yourself. The snake too also reminds me of the biblical message, right? With the 666. Okay, I'm not trying to like scare anyone or anything. That's just what's coming through. But that could be like needing to protect yourself from harm. Don't be afraid to protect yourself. Don't be afraid to step into your power. That is, you know, your right to do so, of course. And the fig also talks about, it says someone may be about to bring trouble to your spear, so make sure you protect yourself. So yeah, this is just a confirmation of that's the right thing to do. If you're asking about that, if you're wondering about that, your future self says yes. So figs talk about something new, so you guys are going to be able to adapt to whatever new ideas, thoughts you have, new actions you take, and you are moving into that being able to protect yourself and being protected in some way. I also think if there is harm to you, maybe you will have some warnings because of like, you know, snake or messages like that. I think you'll know ahead of time through your intuition or through something very clear like a dream. I do see that here. And figs also make me think in general of like nourishment, new life, something very sweet. So remember that is what you're working towards and what your future self is wanting you to focus on. So that was your reading, group number 1. I hope you guys liked it. Definitely an interesting reading. If you did like it, consider liking the video, subscribing if you haven't yet, hitting the notification bell so you don't miss any other videos from me, joining my memberships if you'd like to support the channel further. You get a weekly card pull, and you get access to videos at least by a day in advance. So I appreciate that. Hope you guys have a great day. Bye. Hey, group number 2, welcome to your reading. So you chose Chalcedony, and with Pursuit here, I noticed there is a lot of birds. So a bird in all 3 of these cards. So I think there's something about birds that could be important, that could be a messenger for you. Like when you see blackbirds, ravens, something about that could be a sign from the universe for you. I also see Pursuit as chasing after something, heavily going after a goal, pursuing something very strongly. This is saying not to be thrown off course. Your future self wants you to remain consistent. Your future self wants you to remain true to yourself, of course. Don't lie to yourself. Don't force something if it doesn't work. But with this Pursuit, it's saying, yes, never give up and keep going after what your goals are, your dreams are. That is something, a mentality you want to have. I also see here with betrayal, this could be having to overcome feeling betrayed in some way, maybe having some sort of struggle that you have to overcome, feelings of being betrayed by someone. This could be someone who was pursuing you betrayed you, or this could also just be having those feelings and having to persist even with those feelings to go after what you want. Because of course, if you have those feelings, it can be hard to feel happy. It can be hard to feel motivated. So this is finding a way, even when you're feeling betrayed, you're going to find a way to overcome that and move towards success. I see this as cutting away, as we see the bird here is holding a dagger in its mouth, in its beak, right? So this could be like you turning the table on someone and turning a situation around to reclaim what is yours or to protect yourself in some way. I also see flying, this bird flying over sadness, because it's like a graveyard or these little crosses here. It makes me think of a grave. So it's like flying over sadness and defeat, finding a way to thrive and fly over difficulties, even if you're facing them. So there's a strong message here of not giving up, pursuing what you want, and understanding you can elevate and overcome problems. You can, you absolutely can, your future self is saying. You are going to find a way to unclip your wings and soar towards what you need to. Even if there's setbacks, you will find a way. I also see with the Page of Pentacles, this is a pursuit of education, a pursuit of money, a pursuit of knowledge that benefits you. So I definitely see your future self saying to pay attention to your studies, pay attention to your education, new job opportunities. This is where you're going to get blessings. Like you could have a job that allows you to move once you're focused on applying yourself and getting that chance to have more funds come in. This could be receiving something related to your education that really helps you. This could be after you graduate, you're able to get a job that relates to your degree and is something you want to pursue. But I do see here something related to money, your career, chasing after that and being able to achieve what you want because you're ambitious, because you're not giving up. That's definitely going to be your best asset moving forward, is not giving up and trying really hard, doing your best. And with the King of Wands here, this is someone who is really smart, really intelligent, but they're not smart and intelligent in the way of following the book, following the rules. This is someone who breaks the rules and makes their own. This is someone who thinks outside of the box and is inventive, is creative, is curious, and they have a lot of passion and they channel their passion into what they're pursuing, what they're working on. So you guys are probably going to have luck in the areas of money and career when you're being creative, when you're thinking outside of the box, when you're doing something a little different. So this could be like asking a really unique interview question that makes the interviewer remember you when you're pursuing new job opportunities. So this could be something like that. You're doing something that is tried and true, but you're making it different so you will stand out, right? You might be following a traditional process, but you're doing something within that process to stand out and be different. So your future self is also saying here, don't be afraid to be a little eccentric or unique in some way that could help you and make you stand out in a positive way. I also see with the Page of Wands, it's like the mini version of the King of Wands. The Page of Wands is pursuing things. Even when you don't feel good, you're going to have to motivate yourself, your future self is saying. And we touched upon that a little bit here in the beginning with these cards, but your future self wants you to not give up when there's setbacks, not give up if you're not feeling good. Don't allow yourself to fall into a defeatist mindset of never things getting better. Things can get better and they will improve. This is saying to channel your inner strength and overcome any moments you feel are tower moments. Don't feel like, okay, if something hits you, something happens, how can you recover afterwards? Try to think immediately to how can there be a solution? How can you move past a difficulty that you're facing? I feel like the Page of Wands indicates you guys are persevering even with a setback or a betrayal, and you're finding a way to use your strength to overcome that and move towards what is going to make you happy and give you a lot of options related to your money, your career. I also see this too. This could be like leaving a broken relationship, finding the strength to move on from someone who has betrayed you in a relationship as well, and finding and pursuing someone who's likely a better match for you or more kind to you. I also see that here as well. I also see if you're pursuing like more financial opportunities, a new job, there could be the message here of too, like maybe you might encounter times where you almost get that job or that better opportunity, but then it falls through. But then it's like, if you keep doing that and you keep pursuing things, you're eventually going to get that final offer and it's not going to fall through. It will be the real deal. So just remember, something could present to you in that way. So this is saying just to keep encouraging yourself and trying to see how you can make the best of your situation, how you can not view everything as like, okay, this is end of the world, this is over, because there's something here where it's not like that. You can still overcome the difficulty or the challenge you could be facing. So I'm going to put down some more cards here and see what else wants to come out for you. Okay, and what I see here, we have strength, fennel, and fence boundaries. So I definitely notice with strength, you got strength twice and in a row. So yeah, this is definitely saying believe in your strength. You have a lot of power. Group number 1 got a message too of connecting to their inner power. Strength is realizing how you can handle what is thrown at you. Strength is realizing how you can overcome challenging situations, or if you have previously failed or previously faced difficulty, it's understanding how you can use that experience so you can move forward, carrying yourself a little bit higher, holding your head up, not feeling shame, not feeling embarrassment. This is really what your future self wants you to know. You should not feel shame. You should not feel embarrassment. You should move along with your head held high and understand the power that you have. Maybe you can't control everything, but if you focus on little things here and there that you can control, that's going to give you a little bit power back. I also feel like with strength, this is asking you to believe in yourself or have a little faith in some way for your future, or, you know, you could be dealing with something challenging, as I said, but this is saying not all is lost. Okay, not all is lost. This also can be talking about finding strength to take a new path in life. So you might have to do something different or be brave to try something different. And this is saying you can do that. You have that ability, even if it's scary or seems frightening, you can do that. This also talks about friendships, spending time with people who make you feel happy, make you feel safe, maybe, you know, even connecting with people online in online communities if you can't do that in person for whatever reason. This is calling you to have that strength to reach out and connect with people, be around people if that's what's going to make you feel happier. This is saying, you know, you might have the urge to isolate or be alone and withdraw, but I think your future self is wanting you to do the opposite. Your future self is wanting you to be brave and have love again, or be brave and try to get a new job opportunity. Be brave and connect with people as friends. There's a strong message of pushing yourself and going out there and finding those good things, even when it seems like it's not possible or it's not around. And with boundaries here, this could be recognizing your limits. If you need a break, you can take a break. That doesn't mean you're not strong, right? If you need to say no to someone, you can do that. You don't have to always say, yes, I can do this. Yes, I can do this. Or, you know, just go along with something. This is also saying you can say no and you can do things in your own way. even if it's not exactly how someone else wants it to be. I also feel like with fence boundaries, this could once again be that message of, you might want to retreat and not be around people, and that's okay to a point. But this is saying, like, don't get lost by, cutting yourself off from the world. Try to reach out, have that balance of taking a break and being alone, and then reaching out and connecting with people. That is really going to help you. I keep feeling that message here. I also feel like with fence boundaries, this could be reevaluating what is a boundary for you or somebody else, right? You could be reflecting on that concept of what is it that makes me feel respected and what is it that makes me feel not respected in relation to maybe a betrayal or a negative situation. It could be related to that or, just its own thing. But for those of you where it's related, you could be reflecting on, okay, where did we go wrong here? Why was there a betrayal, or why do people feel betrayed? Why do I feel betrayed, or that person feels betrayed in some way? There could be a reflection around a situation like that. But overall, I see you guys moving forward and finding your strength and getting a better balance on what is going on around you. So that was your reading, group number 2. I hope you guys liked it. If you did like this reading, consider liking the video, subscribing if you haven't yet, joining my memberships if you'd like to financially support the channel. You get a weekly card pull to see how your week might go. You get early access to videos by at least a day. But I hope you guys enjoyed this reading, and I hope to see you in the next one. Bye. Hey, group number 3, welcome to your reading. So you chose Carnelian, and we have the card Abandonment. So the first message I'm seeing here from your future self is, I feel like with abandonment, this could be you are making a lot of progress towards overcoming, or will be making a lot of progress towards overcoming feelings of abandonment. So this could be like, for some of you, feeling you were not helped as a child or growing up, feeling like you weren't supported. You could be overcoming those feelings, or even if you're an adult now and you feel like people don't really mesh with you, connect with you, or you're alone in some way, this could be overcoming feelings of being abandoned or alone, and you could be making a lot of strides and progress towards connecting with people who align with you, or healing those wounds in the way you have behaviors related to it that could sabotage you. So, for instance, if someone tries to reach out to you and you have that abandonment wound, you might think this person's just going to leave anyway, right? You might feel like this isn't worth putting effort in because this person might just give up anyway. So you don't bother. So this is like healing issues like that. Your future self is saying you're going to be moving past that, and you're not going to let it affect you as bad as it has or has been doing. I also see too, you guys could be helping someone else with abandonment. Maybe you have a friend or family member who has been abandoned in some way, and you're helping them heal that and overcome that, maybe by giving them emotional support or giving them support in some way so they can heal that issue. I also see, interestingly here, you have 2 elements, water and fire. So you could be balancing out feelings of heavy sadness and heavy anger, because water makes me think of very deep-seated emotions in your subconscious, what you're conscious of as well. So things we're aware of, things we're not aware of that affect our emotional state. This is something you're going to start recognizing and diving deeper in. You're going to be looking at, okay, why do I feel this way? Or why does my friend or family member feel this way? And you're going to be connecting to that in a sympathetic way to yourself or your friend, your family. You're going to be feeling empathy towards that and finding a way to move forward and heal. I also feel like with fire can talk about emotions of anger related to this. So this is having discernment, right? So like if someone says to you, hey, what you have done to me has hurt me and made me angry, instead of reacting with anger, maybe try to understand where that person's coming from. Of course, like if this is, someone who's being true, of course, try to reflect on that. Okay, why did I do something that made this person angry, or why do they feel upset? Like it could be something like that. You're reflecting on someone telling you how you made them feel, or you could be telling someone how they made you angry, right? So there is this like open communication discussing those heavy feelings. And I think this progress, whether it's related to yourself or involves other people, it's definitely healthy, and it's going to move forward in a way where it's like, okay, this was good that this came up. This is good to discuss or think about, because then you're going to be better off. It's not going to be a blockage or a hindrance to you moving on into the future. I also see here with justice and the Seven of Wands, this makes me think of getting justice or having more balance, more support in relation to feeling like you are fighting all the time, right? Like maybe you feel like you have to fight for any type of support, or you feel like you have to, do a lot to be heard in some way. This is receiving justice for that. Or you could even be helping someone receive justice because you're recognizing how they were fighting. You were recognizing how this person was struggling, and then you helped them out. Depending on the situation, it's going to be different for each of you watching. But that is the main feelings I'm feeling here of, your future self really looking at that situation and respecting you for your maturity of healing something with someone else, or your maturity of healing those issues within yourself. So that is something you should be happy about. This is very powerful and difficult to deal with, but once you do, it's like you're unleashing everything you were holding back. You're unleashing what was harming you and healing from it finally, becoming a more powerful person. I also see here as well, I do think from your future self, they're asking you to have some hope, some faith. If you have to step back for a while, from the world, what's going on, or you have to step back from situations in your life, like whatever's going on in your world, right? The Seven of Wands and the Star kind of makes me think of taking a step back from some challenges and trying to have some hope, trying to rejuvenate your emotions, the way you feel about everything. The Star also talks about healing traumas and wounds. So you could be getting some sort of break in relation to feeling emotionally stressed. Maybe there's going to be some sort of good news with the Star where you feel like, like I can finally rest, because the Four of Swords coming right after the Star is, good news that allows you to rest. Positive rejuvenation that makes you feel hopeful and makes you feel like, okay, I don't have to be battling like this guy or this skeleton in the Seven of Wands constantly fighting. I can take a step back and rest and recover. I can have a moment of peace, a moment of my own time to do what I want to do. I also see here as well with the Two of Pentacles, this is needing to rest up as well so you can handle an influx of possible responsibilities. Your future self could be, giving you a little bit of a not a warning in a bad way. So your future self is giving you a little, hey there, you might have some future responsibilities coming up that you have to take care of or pay attention to. So that also could be why you're going to have a moment of time to just, rejuvenate, rest a bit, take a step back from everything, because it's like, hey, you're going to have to rest and then, go back into the thick of it and have those responsibilities or have those challenges that you're going to be juggling. But it's not all bad, of course. This is something that is needed. You need to rest so you can do what you want to do and what you got to do. So this is why this is appearing. So allow yourself those breaks and those moments of peace, and allow yourself to have hope, even if it's scary and you don't want it to be challenged at times. Like I think sometimes we have these feelings of like, oh, I'm afraid to be hopeful. I'm afraid to rest because what if something happens? But you can't control life. So this is saying to try to find those moments of peace and try to have hope in your life. What is working? What is something that's positive? I also see the main positive thing here is healing a lot of your inner turmoil, or healing a relationship where there's a lot of conflict. It is positive though. And there is a positive feeling of eventually being able to build more hope up and being comfortable to rest and not always fighting. So I'm going to shuffle some oracle cards and see what else comes through for you. Okay, here. So I kind of think it's funny that, every pile had this strong sense of needing to recover a bit and recalibrate what they're doing. reflect on what they're doing and balancing themselves out, trying to return to, some sort of balance or grounding themselves in some sort of way. And you guys have this message as well. With yin yang balance, yes, balancing the two halves of something, balancing your emotions out, water, fire, two elements. So there definitely is that message here of returning to balance and having some hope, having some faith, maybe seeing things with a clearer perspective, also a balance to your personal life in relation to relationships. I also see, though, with desire here, this could relate to the moon and the zodiac sign Cancer, right? And Cancer makes me think of emotions and family relationships. So there could be an improvement of family relationships when you're being open to what your friend or your family member is saying, or your partner is saying. Of course, I do see an improvement, though, in your personal relationships, like both of you guys or yourself being willing to work on issues there, challenges with relationships. I do see a breakthrough and a balance with this returning. Improvements overall. I also see with desire, I think of lettuce. So this lettuce is like part of a salad. You can't really have a salad without lettuce, right? That wouldn't really make sense. So it's like each part of the salad adds flavor and makes it what it is. So I think there could be something like that you're realizing is really important to your relationships. There is something that's a little bit of a needed item or a needed action within the relationship that makes it what it is, and you're realizing that. And that's a positive thing, or someone could be realizing that about you. So this also could be like if you have romantic troubles, even though there's a strong family or friend message here, if you have romantic troubles, this is also a sign of having that repair as well, not just friends and family. This could be having a balance with your desires. Maybe you're finding someone who is matching what you're desiring, and it's like a perfect balance, right? Or someone's desiring you in a balanced way, not in an overly obsessive or an attached way that makes you feel like, whoa, like I'm being suffocated, or this is too much. There's something where like everything is just right. All the parts and pieces, of that salad are coming together and making it good. So I definitely see that for you guys as well from your future self. So that was your reading, group number 3. I hope you guys liked this reading. Let me know what you thought about it in the comments. If you did like it, consider liking the video, subscribing, hitting the notification bell so you don't miss any other videos like this. If you'd like to support the channel further, consider joining my memberships. You get weekly card pull to see what the week ahead might look like, and you get early access to videos at least by a day. So I hope you guys enjoyed this reading, and I hope to see you guys in the next reading. Bye.